Hey guys, welcome to our infomercial, we'll call it. We're putting this together just to help you guys since we did a trip already, but I'm with Rita and my name is Jason, and we did the 84th rally last year.
And we absolutely love it.
We did love it. It was really fun.
We are getting ready for the 85.
Yeah, so it's about 6 weeks out or so right now, and we have some friends coming with us, and we're doing this video not only for them, but for anyone else that wants to go their first time riding, maybe long trip, because that was our first time. We had no idea what to expect at all.
Nope.
And I'll tell you, we tried to prepare as much as we did. I think we over prepared, and also maybe could have had some other things that we forgot. So.
We had stuff that we didn't have to bring it to the trip. So now I guess with our first experience,
yeah,
so get better.
So what we did last year is we rented a bike in Denver. Unfortunately, we live in Florida, and just to do the 2-3 week ride was just going to be a little too much for us. So we flew into Denver, and from Denver we went up to Jackson, Yellowstone, and then over to the Black Hills, which was about 1,900 total miles, 1970 or something like that when we were done. So it was a great ride. We did it in I think 6 or 7 days. We had such an awesome time. But so today what we're going to do, we're going to go over everything from technology that you're going to bring to what you're going to wear to what to expect as you're driving. So what's the first thing we want to talk about? Clothes?
Yeah, we're gonna start with clothes. Yeah.
So if you're basically backpacking this, putting a luggage on your bike, you really want to pack light. Remember, you can always get something while you're there. So one of the tips I heard is to basically pack with a shirt and a pants, and then if you need more shirts, you get them as you go, because everywhere you go they're selling t-shirts or long sleeve shirts like this. Yeah. And one of the things that I did not realize is I packed t-shirts, and the second day we were riding, my hands were just absolutely burnt. Like they were red, they hurt. You don't realize how long you're in the sun just sitting there. So for you, you're on the back of the bike, so you didn't get as much of it, but my arms are like this for 10 hours in the sun. So I started wearing long sleeves from that point on. Gloves, I have just a pair of Harley leather gloves. I do the fingerless ones so that I can access, money or my phone without any issues. So I would definitely recommend that. I know some people like the full grip with the little things, but we actually have both. So I pack both just in case it gets cold or raining. Yeah. Let's go into what you're wearing for the girls.
Well, for the girls, I don't really have everything ready yet, but one of the things that was very important for me, it was hair bands. They are very important, especially for your hair, protect you from the wind. Sport bra. Bring your sport bra. You're gonna need it, especially when it gets too hot. You wanna be comfortable. Something that I love is cargo pants. They are comfortable. They are not too tight. You wanna have some type of like loose clothes.
What I like about these is they're honestly lightweight. They're not heavy like jeans are. Mm-hmm. But I also got a few pairs of these. I got them in black and gray, and they're kind of like BDUs. They're just a really lightweight, almost like a canvas feel. Yeah. So you can feel the wind. It's not something that you would overheat in. So I got a couple pairs of these, but that's all I'm bringing. Honestly, I'm gonna bring a bathing suit, maybe a pair of shorts, and then 2 pairs of these. And then I'll probably bring a t-shirt and 2 long sleeves.
I'm gonna bring some leggings, maybe 2 pair of leggings, but that's it. Cargo pants, leggings, long sleeves, so it will protect you from the sun, especially when you have those long rides, 2 hours, 3 hours rides, so you need to be protected.
Funny story, last year, I packed for 6 weeks before the trip? Yes. I packed everything I can think of. We get to the first hotel in Rawlins, Wyoming, and I take a shower. I'm going through my bag. I'm like, I didn't pack underwear.
And he packed for 6 weeks.
I did. So make sure you pack some underwear.
Please.
So I was washing underwear for 2 days until I went to Walmart. One thing we actually did buy, and I don't have it with me, but we bought some padded
underwear.
Yeah, it's kind of like underwear,
Yeah.
but they're kind of like long, tight spandex shorts type thing, but they're padded. I'm gonna try those this year since we're gonna be sitting for so long. They just have, and they're made for bikers. You can Google them, and maybe I'll have a link under all this video about what we bought. But I'm excited to kind of feel if that makes a difference or not. You know.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm looking for actually for this spring.
On Amazon, you can pick up all this stuff. We went ahead and just got like a 6 or 8 pack of these things. These are your, your face wind scarves or whatever you want to call them. Go back to the COVID days when everyone was wearing them. But yeah, these really help keep the sun off your neck, the wind off your face, because when you stop, that wind just keeps vibrating your skin for hours. so this helps. And then you get a bunch of them so you can change your colors every day. This is kind of the American flag theme. But yeah, Amazon, you can get all that. Helmets. Some of you guys don't wear helmets. Some of you do. Every single state that we're riding in, you don't need a helmet. There's no laws about it. I do a half helmet show for my normal riding. There's going to be some rides where I probably don't have a helmet on. It's just because, they're 30-mile-an-hour rides through some hills and stuff. That's fun. Probably the time you should wear a helmet. So I'm not advocating not wearing a helmet, but it's just preference. I do have a full face mask helmet that I bring and I strap to the back of the bike. I bring this for rain or even at night. This has a clear shield. It's easier than putting glasses on maybe. But really it's more for rain or if it's cold weather because, and I picked this one up at Harley. I think this one actually is so this actually, the face comes up like that. So I like this to kind of give you both options. You get a little more wind in your face. And you have the same types of helmets as well.
I like the full helmet. I like the full helmet.
So this is a full helmet with just the lens goes up. So whatever your preference is. And then, just for your cell phone.
Yeah.
So obviously, guys, if you've got your girl in the back riding, she's going to be on her phone probably.
Taking pictures, videos.
Scrolling through Facebook when she's bored. But this is a little
kind of like a chain thing that hooks up to the phone. You don't have the other piece that's downstairs, no, it is right here. This just sticks on the phone and it keeps it from falling off if she drops it. So that helps. Technology on the bike. If you're renting a Harley bike, they do come with key fobs, and there's a backup code if you lose your key fob. In the description, I'm going to put a link on how to change that code so that you know it, just in case, so you don't get locked out of your bike. And also, if you accidentally tip your bike, we found out that the bike goes into some sort of kind of like a, what would you call it, safety mode maybe? So we were in the middle of the Wyoming desert when we found this out. Thank God we had YouTube to clear the codes, because we kind of tipped it a little bit. It didn't fall over, but it went over just enough.
It went to a safety mode that we couldn't ride a motorcycle. So.
Yep. On Amazon, I picked up a bunch of different kind of glasses. Those are hooks for the helmet. So you can buy like these 2 or 3 pack glasses. You get clears, different shades that will come. Some of you guys like the 360 cameras. Now this thing is awesome, and if it makes some really cool videos for your trip. You can extend this pole out. It basically films everything around you, and later you can edit it to what you want it to see for the final video. But I only had this part. I bought the pole and the thing, and I put this on my handlebars. And what was the first thing that kept happening? You put this up a little bit, and the wind starts bringing this back, right? And it was like a constant battle of trying to get this thing to stay. So I found out that they actually sell this piece, and it actually comes in 2 in a box. So you can mount this and then have like a stabilizer. So this is very helpful if you're going to extend your pole here, you know, to the full length, because wind will catch it and push it. So get that. And since we're on talking about this real quick, I do have this little battery charger. So it comes with 2 extra batteries. You just put this kit right in your little thing and charge it in the bike. And every time you need a new battery, you have one as a backup, which is perfect because you're going to be filming a lot. There's so much to see out there. So if you do have one of those, also buy extra SD cards, the little micro SD cards. I had a handful of them because you're constantly putting them in. And you get home after the trip and you got like 12 SD cards and you have no idea where to start because you have hours and hours and hours of footage. So you can't go wrong if you're prepared that way. What else do you want to talk about? Shoes? Shoes. All right.
I recommend to have a pair of boots, especially because it gets like hot. So you want to protect your feet from the heat.
So I never, I never was a boot wearer, you know? I didn't really care for boots. I wore some kind of like riding shoes last year. They were steel-toed black sneakers, which were just too heavy. They were kind of awkward once you're in the towns walking around and trying to, you know, just enjoy the town. So this year I did go with the boots. Where did I get these? Some bike store up in St. Pete, Florida. And they're very comfortable, $100. But she's right, the bike's hot and the weather's hot. And so this is gonna help. Rain gear.
Oh,
Talk about rain gear.
Actually, when our way to Sturgis, we didn't get any rain, which was really good. We were very lucky.
Yeah, we had zero rain.
So we were happy about that.
But like I said, we were over prepared. So
Yes.
so it was nice. We just got these simple. I think we picked these up on Amazon as well. They're just, you know, it's just a rain jacket, and it comes with the pants. You can get these for like, I don't know, $50 a set or something like that, women's and men's. I'll tell you what, where we did use it though, the very last day we were headed back to Denver from Deadwood, and we left at like 7 in the morning, and it was misty out.
Mhm.
So a lot of fog, a lot of mist, and it was cold. I remember it being kind of in the 50s, maybe 60s.
I got very cold.
But you know, when you're driving, you know, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, we were freezing, to be honest. So we pulled over and I was like, let's just put the rain gear on, because it had got sunny at that point. The mist and fog went away, but we were still cold. So we put on the rain gear, and just that extra wind protection really helped cut.
It helps, and then we stopped being cold, and it was fine. Actually, the ride was very fun.
Here's a jacket that you wear a lot.
Oh yeah, this is one of my jackets that I wear a lot. I think this is my my riding jacket.
Yeah.
I love this jacket. I take it like everywhere.
There's no padding in it. It's just
No padding.
kind of like a denim jacket.
Yeah, and it's gonna be hot, so you don't need anything thick.
At night though, it does cool off a little bit. So if we're riding at night, it's nice to have, you know, either a hoodie or a jacket or something like that in your bike to where you can throw it on if you need it. I brought this last time. This is more of a padded riding jacket. I never wore it. Did I?
No, we never did.
So this takes up a lot of space. I will not be bringing this year.
Like I said, we were lucky with the weather. It was perfect.
Okay, when you're riding, it's really hot. So I gotta say it's probably close to 100 degrees, if not over it in some spots. We didn't realize how thirsty we were gonna be. So riding, we would kind of take a break every 100 miles, and just the amount of like water you want to drink. Your skin is dry, your mouth is dry.
You get very thirsty, ladies.
So I bought this year just to have to where I can take a drink here and there while I'm riding. But it's a little cup holder you clamp to your handlebar. Probably going to use that. I'll bring it. But I know this year our luggage or side bags are going to be full of.
I think we're going to have more water than clothes this time.
We might fill one with ice, you know, since we're not bringing that much, and just have drinks. So where we are camping, we are going to mostly like KOA campsites. So you're gonna have RVs, cabins, tent camping. We haven't got to the point where we want a tent camp at this point.
No.
We do like a little bit of luxury of having a bed. So we did get the camp cabins and all the KOA camps, but they do not come with linens. So, you know, you want to pack light. So I have a 2-person sleeping bag here. Last year we found that out and we ended up running to a Walmart and just grabbing 2 sleeping bags real quick. They're like $10, but these are easy because you can just roll them back up, bungee cord them to your bike, and then you go to the next spot. You can also get some small pillows too that are kind of like camping pillows. And then honestly, we just left them at the last place the last day we were there. We didn't bring them back because we didn't want to deal with them on the airplane and all that. But you know, if you get something that's cheap enough, you don't really have to be concerned about you know, taking it home with you. Anything else you want to talk about? Safety, if we want to talk about some of the safety things. One of the things that I saw last year, there are thousands and thousands of bikes. They're expecting 750,000 bikes this year in the Sturgis area. And that's pretty much from Devil's Tower all the way into the Black Hills. You're going to start seeing a ton of bikes. I've never seen so many bikers in my life, to be honest. It was really exciting. But safety-wise, you know, there's a lot of people that are inexperienced. So you want to make sure that, you know, you're always defensive driving. You're always, you know, taking your curves slow enough, making sure you know where you're looking when you're taking your curve. You know, that's important. There were some deaths last year. I think there was 8 or 9 reported in the Sturgis area, and a lot of them are stupid accidents. You know, bikers going around the same curve opposite direction, and one takes it a little too fast, goes out of his lane and hits another biker. So just be very careful in those situations. But we never felt unsafe at all, to be honest. Everywhere we were riding, we never saw any problems. And most of the traffic in those curvy areas is slow. So it's really surprising to hear that people are, you know, getting killed. But, you know, there's idiots
you're
everywhere.
Careful. You know, and think about safety.
Music. If you haven't noticed, Rita's Spanish, so we have to have music everywhere we go.
Yes.
Our bike has music, but when we're at the campsite or whatever, you know, we bring this little JBL speaker. So
it goes everywhere with us.
Yeah, so it's nice to have, you know, just to have some sounds wherever you're at. In our trip, what we do expect is to make multiple stops. As you can see on this website, we have a ton of different stops. You know, we did this last year. We went from city to city to city, and we found some of the cool little saloons and little things that you would see in these dead towns that really come alive during this time of the year. So we plan to make a lot of pit stops just to kind of get to see the, you know, the locals, or, you know, what.
But there was one stop, there was one of our favorite stop. I don't know if you remember the name.
Tent Sleep Saloon.
Tent Sleep Saloon. That's one of my favorites. I don't know why, I just enjoy it, you know. And
it's a little town called Tent Sleep. It's in the middle of Wyoming, and that part of the ride is like kind of like high desert. It's just sunny and no trees, and you're riding for miles, like hundreds of miles it feels like. And that's east to Yellowstone after you leave the park. Actually, I think that's east of Cody. Yeah. So anyways, we're riding and riding. We have no idea what we're coming up, and all of a sudden we see this little town. We're like, let's get a drink, you know, and we see this little saloon, like, turn around, let's go. And we went in there, they serve food. It's like a little steak and pizza house or something.
The food was good.
But just having the 3 or 4 beers we had was like so delicious and cool to saw.
Especially with the weather.
Yeah, so, but we expect to have a lot of fun. We're excited this year. We hope that you guys, you know, have a blast and make a lot of memories. And if you're with us, you know, we plan to take a lot of pictures, a lot of videos. So.
Yeah, and you know what? This year we have friends coming with us.
I think we have a group of 7 bikes.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, so we have fun. When it was just us last year, and then we had one friend join us for a few days. So this year it's going to be really cool. So we're excited. But if there's anything else that maybe we missed, which we probably did, or if you have questions, feel free to reach out. Just text us, email us, whatever it is. Just because there's so much to go over.
And if you want to come with us, just
all the details are on the site. So I guess we'll see you in Sturgis.
yeah.
All right.